Hello guys, so I've recently found a love for building in The Sims, and I don't know where this has come from, but ever since I built the snow palace, I wanted to keep building. I don't know why this is. I never used to be like this. We are currently in my building save file, and you can probably see by the left-hand side that Newcrest is filling up with palaces, because I build more of them than I know what to do with. I have put these on the gallery, so if you would like to do a palace shell challenge, go for it. I thought I would use this video to showcase what you guys make out of my shells, as well as the shells themselves, because there is a little bit of a process to them, and also how I go about doing them. I have more palace shells than I know what to do with, and I have actually put these on the gallery for you to actually edit if you would like, because I know that building palaces can actually be quite tedious and hard, but personally I prefer building the palaces but not decorating them. The tedious part for me is the decoration. I personally just really like the construction. So let's start off with shell number 1. This is what it looks like. With each shell I actually try and experiment with something new completely. So on the first shell I was experimenting with the roof. Now with the snow palace I was trying to have a really nice roof going on. So this shell was around the same time that I was building the snow palace, so I was still figuring out the roofing situation. I have actually noticed when trying to decorate this shell myself that some things about the shell aren't the best, especially these two wizard hats at the back. Just, they're irritating. And I have actually been editing my own shell because, you know, it's my shell. I can do whatever I like. Also, if you find a little mistake in the wall situation, feel free to fix it for me when you decorate the palace yourself, because I've noticed several mistakes over all of my shells after posting them to the gallery, and it is infuriating. With this palace, I really wanted that enclosed sort of space, because with the snow palace, it's all spread out between 3 different floors. You have wings of that palace, just, it's huge. Whereas this one's a little bit smaller and it's a little bit more manageable for people. Also, this palace does not have an underground section. So in terms of this palace shell is pretty simple. As some people would say, it was my very first rodeo, so I didn't really play around with anything too complex. The most complex thing about this, probably the roofing situation, and even then, I don't think that this looks the best either. Palace shell number 2, let's actually just get in even smaller, because this one just feels smaller than the previous one. Even though they both fit on 40 by 30 lots, this one is definitely for a different orientation. So with the shape of this palace, it kind of reminds me of the Von Horn estate in Windenburg. This is where I was experimenting with adding a glass roof, because I really wanted to see what I could actually push myself with when it came to the roofs. Now it does have a tower in the back. It doesn't really particularly have a big room at the top. I think this could probably be used for a skill building kind of item, maybe a bedroom, I don't know. Whatever you want to do with the palaces, I don't mind. It's up to you. In my first several shells, I didn't really include layouts or windows or doors or anything, because I knew that I kind of wanted people to experiment with that. Also, windows and doors, you can have different styles of those, so depending on how you would like to decorate it, the windows and doors would change as well. So I didn't really want to lock it down too much in the layouts, because I really wanted that to be your guys' decision where you put the windows and doors. So this one has a little bit more of a layout. Obviously, I think it needed a little bit more of a layout. This was my first try at Underground Ballroom, and as you can see, as we go underground, so there is a space for dance floors and there's a bar area, so I kind of put things in the shell that kind of gives you an idea of my mindset. Not that they're permanent fixtures in the build, it's just it gives you an idea of my thought process of where rooms could go. And when building these shells, I never really had any idea of what one of my families could actually live in these shells. These are just shells that I build to blow off a little bit of steam and my anxiety, because my antidepressants do be making me crazy. But yes, you don't even need to keep the pool area. You can expand this area down here. It doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you like with my palace shells. That's the whole point. As I said before, this one was more so about experimenting with the shape and then the glass roof, and then a little bit of the underground ballroom situation. Then we have castle shell number 3. So this is kind of like a combination of shell 1 and shell 2. I think, at least from the outset, you can see the resemblance between shell 1 and shell 3, and then over here you can see the resemblance between shell 2 and shell 3. So I think this one, for me personally, is a definite attempt at an underground ballroom. Now, the previous one, it was kind of testing the waters a little bit, just going with different layouts. This one was a full-fledged trial and error, and I built the castle around the ballroom, which is why I think that the style of this was kind of a mishmash of both shell 1 and shell 2. This one does have a little bit of layout, not too much. So something I want to bring up straight away is that this situation over here cannot be helped, because that clipping is caused by the foundation. It's not caused by anything wrong with my game or your game or anything. It is the foundation, essentially. So you can come through the main doors, down the stairs, into this hold all guest area. You can see over the balcony into the ballroom below. I see this area being a very good wedding reception area, even if the wedding was actually held on the main floor. And then you also come down these stairs over here, and then round these stairs, and then into the main ballroom. So when doing this sort of area, I had Anastasia in mind. I really feel like the idea of an underground ballroom is definitely something that could be explored a little bit more, or maybe in the future for me putting it above ground. Something to experiment with. But as I said before, this was built before the castle. So the castle was just built around and on top of this ballroom. So it's definitely a hodgepodge of a job. Come to think of it, I'm thinking whether terrain tools might be able to hide that gap in the foundation. I don't know whether it's possible, if you could be able to do that. If it's possible, let me know. So the last shell that I've got was actually an experiment for testing out terrain tools. Now, I have been wanting to have a new palace for the Avis royal family. Even though the Avis royal family is pretty small, I know that in the future it's probably going to get bigger. And the Avis Royal Palace, as it stands, is just about big enough for the family size we've got at the moment. So it's going to have to expand. And I thought I would take the style of the palace that I've currently got and then incorporate it into a style that we've currently got here. Now with this palace, because it's a little bit more personal to me, yes, I did add windows and doors, but this is all base game. So we have a huge big main balcony, and then we also have this bandstand gazebo kind of thing. Up here we have some bedrooms. One thing I found out while building the shell, you can't put platforms on the 4th floor because otherwise it intersects with the frieze and the way it goes about on the roofing. So friezes are very, very finicky. So down here we have the main bedroom sort of floor, so we have several ensuite bathrooms to each of the rooms. This is supposed to be the royal nursery, so I'm kind of laying out bits of furniture just to kind of give me an idea and just remind myself of what each of the rooms are. So we have a little seating area out here outside of the nursery, and then we also have this room. I intend for this room to kind of be either a children's playroom or just kind of like a room to socialize, if that makes sense. I know you could do that out here. You know, palaces and their extra pointless rooms. Now this floor for me personally was actually the most complicated to figure out. I think even in my version of this palace, I've actually changed the layout of this whole part up here, but I've uploaded the shell like this. So this palace, when I was making it, I was kind of inspired by Lord Crumps's Brindleton Bay palace for Mira Ray's series. I really liked the open outdoor space, and currently Ray is holding the debutante ball in her series, and I really like the layout and like the excess space to play around with, and the possibility of like saving off rooms so you can actually add them in later or take them out. So I definitely had that concept in mind when building this. Am I the best at terrain? No, because this is my first actual serious attempt at anything terrain. You have this huge ballroom with alcoves over here, and you have an outdoor balcony over here, the royal banquet hall right next to the ballroom, and then the kitchen. Then down here we just have a plain hallway into the crypt. So to tell you the truth, this crypt is actually Lord Crumps's crypt. However, I did make it base game. So I went through all the things that could make it from other packs and actually just put a base game version of his crypt, and also a smaller version as well because his version is huge. I didn't want it to be that big, so I just decided to shrink it and make it base game. If I have inspiration for certain things in the shell, or I've used other people's rooms as a basis, I will give credit where credit is due. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with the terrain on this. There's also a mini gazebo over here. Because this is for the avian royal family, for anybody watching the series right now, I imagine this little area to be where Sparrow and Holly actually sneak off and have romantic interactions here. I think that's adorable. Because I've been busy on the artwork side of things right now, I haven't had the chance to actually build more castle shells, but I really do want to build more castle shells. Maybe even do a little bit more streaming of that kind of thing. So if you want to catch me doing any live streaming, then I'll leave my Twitch channel down below. On that Twitch channel, I'll either be streaming Sims or I'll be doing artwork. So the first palace is the Mediterranean Palace by Violetta Sims YT, and I'll leave her links down below in the description because she has a series of her own, which is awesome. I can't wait for the next episode. Inspired with the prominent blue and white colours, built a gym, library, dining hall and party room. I also left the 4th floor empty for extra bedrooms or a crypt. I promise there is no clay anywhere. Oh my god, has that turned into a meme for me? No clay? Thank you. It's amazing. But as she said, the 4th floor is completely empty, so extra rooms. If this does not have any toddler rooms or anything, I definitely will put some toddler beds up here. But we have a spa table up here. I personally don't have fitness stuff, so I don't know if there's going to be some missing items. I think there is. But according to my game, it's all been substituted, so hopefully the game has substituted good things. Oh, we have like a little art studio here, after my own little artist heart. Oh, I love that addition. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, and then down here we have a music studio. I love the little towers as the skill building items. Oh, that's so clever. And then this tower over here. This is kind of like, oh, this is like a spa tower. Oh, that's cool. And you have like the lounge chairs on the outside. We have the bedrooms and the ensuite bathrooms. How you people can create floor plans still amazes me. I either make a lot of my rooms either too big or too small. There's no in between. I love that concept of using the corridors with the sofas. I personally love seeing how people lay out different spaces. It's just so good. But yeah, the corridors. Oh, I love all the different patterns and stuff. Oh, I love the style. The blue and the white, oh, it goes so well together. It's so crisp and clean. Oh, but I love this office space. You've got like this sort of library area going into the main office. So this could be like the monarch's office or the lord or lady's office or the duke or duchess. I kind of see this palace being more so for like a duke and duchess sort of thing, so definitely Ebony and Zane. I definitely thought of Ebony and Zane particularly for this, mainly because of the inclusion of a gym, and from the gallery pictures I saw that this had lounges and had mainly focused on the spa and the gym sort of element, which You know Zane. Zane is like really, really buff. Also, I think that Ebony would definitely keep a very clean palace. So yeah, Zane and Ebony for this palace. This is another bedroom. Oh my god. I love this bedroom. Especially with the bed like that and the candles on here. I didn't even know these were a part of the game. Hang on. What candles are these? I didn't even know this was in the game. This is gorgeous. This is. What pack does that come with? Oh, it comes with Island Living. I've got many ideas now. Then we have the ground floor. I love this. So you walk into the main entrance and then you have this sort of throne room idea, like a really grand entrance. I love grand entrances. And the sitting room, I love the use of that fireplace. I love that fireplace. It's just so good. And you have a ballroom, kind of like reception room sort of thing over here. You played with platforms. I'm always super impressed when people play with platforms. I love playing with platforms myself, so seeing other people have a go at it as well is just so good. Then we have a kitchen and a dining room, and then a sitting room over here. Oh, it's so well laid out, and like the excess walls and stuff connecting things. I would not think of this back patio area with the bar and then the barbecue and then the little seating area. That is so cute. I love that. This is amazing, Violetta. I love that. Oh, and this is something I literally just noticed. The private seating areas over here and on the opposite side as well. I could never. With the decorations, I could never. Like, I really could never. I rely on custom content for a lot of the stuff. Big clap for you. It's amazing. Now, this next palace is the Waterlilie Palace. It uses my Castle Shell number 2 as its base, and it's by GRAU131. I wasn't even going to begin to pronounce that because I don't know where to start, but I'm really glad that this person had so much fun with this palace shell. I don't even know if this person watches the series. I know Violetta watches the series, so this is what it looks like from the front. It looks gorgeous. I love it. I love the all white sort of thing, and it does stand out in the Sulani landscape. So I think this time around we're going to do bottom to top. So we're going to do the ground floor. Oh, so this person went with exactly the same thing as what I was thinking of. So the underground area being a ballroom area, and it's also a bar as well. I love that. Oh my gosh. I think these are from university, I believe. I love them in white. Oh wow. You know there's certain things in the game which you know are in the game, but because they're in a different swatch, you're like, oh my god, this is in the game. But God, I love this. Oh, you changed this into a hot tub area. That's a really good idea. Oh my gosh. I don't want to steal the idea, but like, I'll definitely incorporate that sort of style into my builds because I naturally kind of pick up influences of things I really like. So, oh wow, that's awesome. And then you have a gym down here. Oh, that's really cute. I don't know whether this build had fitness stuff in it originally as well. I don't know whether this palace had anything in this corner, but either way, it's still great. So you come up the stairs and there's this nice grand entrance. You have 2 thrones over here. I really like that, how you've put... I don't know whether that is a debug object or whether it's just in the game in general. That's really cool though. I love how open and airy it feels. It definitely gives that impression that it's open and airy. And the little sitting areas over here, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. All the fountains as well. I'm into it. I'm digging it. And over here we have a dining room. Oh, with a little fireplace. That's so adorable. A little music room as well. Oh, that's so cool. So recreation rooms. Oh, that's awesome. I love this. Oh, the kitchen's upstairs. So you have the kitchen and then a more informal dining room. I feel like this would be a slightly more informal dining room, so more of a family dining room. Oh, another music room. Oh, and it also has an easel in there as well. That's lovely. Bathroom. Oh, I feel like this person had the same sort of issue as I normally do with my builds. Just like, what do I put here? How do I fill the space? Because that is me all the time with every castle ever. Oh my god, the little nursery. That's so, so cute. I love that. Oh. I think the only thing missing from this nursery is bassinets, but whether that's a me thing or whether it's not in the palace in general, I don't know. But, oh, that's so cute. It could be very easily done just to add a bassinet in here when you have a toddler. Oh, that's cute. We have the main bedroom as well with its own private bathroom connected to it. So it's a completely open bathroom into the bedroom. That's an interesting take. I've never seen that done before, but okay. I like that. We have the royal office space. I just love how airy and open, like, even though it's quite plain, it's quite regal in its plainness, if that makes sense. I think this palace has definitely gone for more of a less is more sort of approach, and I really like seeing people's styles when they decorate palaces. Oh, and they put pet stuff in here as well. Not a lot of people put pet stuff in palaces, which I can completely understand. So it's a really, really nice touch having the pet stuff in here. I'm scared I'm gonna miss some things. I remember in the shell that this had 2 staircases, so you've deleted one of the staircases, which is fine, just to make a bigger room up here, which is a really clever idea. I like that. I wouldn't trust my children out on the balcony though. But I like the use of the space, but I still wouldn't trust children out here. If this was on a bigger lot, then maybe I would put it outside, on the ground floor. But that's just my anxiety talking. I love this thing over the bed, and you've got an easel. It just seems so tidy. Nothing like me. Because I'm a very chaotic person where everything is everywhere. And we have a bathroom. Oh, the little his and her towel. Oh, and then we have another bedroom up here. Okay. Oh, I like the private bedroom up in the tower. That's so nice. And it looks over onto the glass roof. Imagine if that was like the grandparents' suite and they were spying on their children. Oh no. I don't want to think about the logistics of that, but oh my god, I love this. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it was a different one to what I would usually do. I was just going through some palaces that you guys have built and also explaining my process behind my own castle shells as well. So if you actually want to decorate any of my castle shells going forward, I'll leave my gallery down below in the description, and use the hashtag SnowyMarriner builds. I definitely love seeing everybody's different decorating styles as well as how they use the space. Because I'm not very good decorating huge spaces. Yes, I love building castle shells, but I can't decorate them to save my life. And I definitely want to stream more. Whether it's going to be art or Sims, I won't know. It's whatever I'm in the mood to do at the time. It's usually more Sims than artwork. At the moment it's more Sims than art, but I enjoy both, so I'll stream either or. But yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!